My name is Yuni Sucahyo. I'll be your host and guide to this new wonderful feature that I will showcase to you. And I'm so excited to share it with you because these features will make your IT admin life easier. Let's get started. Today, I will briefly talk about who I am, just to get to know everybody here. And since this light is blinding me, I almost cannot see anybody. So I can be talking to myself without knowing if I'm making a fool of myself. But I'll be introducing myself, and then I will talk about all these wonderful features. And what is this wonderful feature without the demo, right? So I'm excited to show the demo for you and would love to get the support, especially, hopefully, finger crossed, the demo will go smoothly after this, since I have literally offered flesh and blood to the demo god. I have fell down, I have scraped myself by bleeding, leaving the blood and the flesh in Atlanta ground. So there you go. With that, I would like to start with the next slide. So here is it. Here's a little bit about me. Have you been to Indonesia, anybody? Wow, I'm impressed. There are like some hands there. So I was born and raised in Indonesia, thus the accent. So please bear with me and be gentle with me. I already fell down, like as I said earlier. I've been always a Microsoft gal. I have changed provision from being a dev and then being an SDET, SDET lead, PM, PM lead, and now a PM again. I've been in Microsoft Redmond, transferred to Microsoft China, and took an assignment over there, and then moved back to US. I have great passion for real-time communication, and that's why I've been with the Link team since 2006. The name can change: OCS, Link, SFB, Office Communicator, Unified Communicator, but I'm still there. So that's a little bit about me. My background, I have some AI, artificial intelligence paper in IEEE. You can query it. I worked for the SQL team before, and the first release of C#, releasing the VoIP, voice over IP for Link team, and also delivered the desktop sharing experience, the first desktop sharing experience that you guys probably have used and love, and also deliver the admin console for the on-prem, and also work on a lot of IT Pro tools. There you go. That's a little bit about me. I have several patents working in Microsoft, also some publication. A little bit my personal life, so it makes me like a little bit human and not like just geek. I happened to be like in the past, used to be like play in a small indie movie who wins a Bay Area Film Festival. So the movie though, not me, but I was a main actress in there. I was a yogi and an athlete. So there's a little bit about me. So going to something that's more interesting. Have anybody knows how, as an admin, how do you manage your user in multiple regions? Any hands? No, because one, it's a little bit impossible. The second thing is it's a little bit like an Easter egg hunting. You have to figure out where your user home, which region. Then you have to launch the right admin console for that particular region. That's your previous experience. Now, what we are bringing in is any users in different regions, you don't have to figure out where they are in the region. You can use one console and manage all your users from the same one. Second thing, you can also move user, which I'm going to demo it to you, from one region to the other within less than 1 second. Again, I will actually prove it to you if my demo God is with me. So here is a little bit, I put a little bit code in here as well as the PowerShell commandlet for you, just in case my demo doesn't work. However, I need to remind you that we will be releasing the new connector module, so please make sure you have the latest Skype for Business Online connector module which support the multi-factor authentication. This particular connector also the one that provide the custom policies, all the fun stuff that you will see later on. So with that, I would like to do the demo on the single console for managing multiple regions. Are you guys excited? Are you guys with me? I don't want you guys to fall asleep on me. Oh. So as I mentioned earlier, what you need to do, the first line in here, if you see, you connect to MS OL service, so you provide your environment name, and then you can check specifically in here, this particular user, the preferred data location is where the user is located, where he or she is hosted. So that particular tenant, as you see here, I switched to a different PowerShell so you can actually see easier. This one, you can actually see there's a combination between NAM and Europe. So NAM is North America, and the other one is in Europe. So when you see blank in the preferred data location, that means it's actually NAM, it's North America. I purposely put all of those together to show it to you the difference, but if you don't put any name, if you don't put the word NAM on the preferred data location, that's by default is North America. So who do you think we should move? Anybody?
Bing Bing.
Bing Bing? Which one is that? Oh, her name is too long. Let's pick something shorter. W. I don't want to be typing in, so how about WL? Wei Min Lee. How about that? You're picking somebody's name who's like long to type. So let me move to the other one. Let me do a set. Who should I pick? Who's available? Ramesh is already in USA. Well, okay. Preferred data location. I know he is in NAM, so let's do Europe. Okay. Now I have to change to I should actually prove it earlier that Ramesh is in Europe, in NAM. Let's move Miu Miu. How about that? We actually can do that with the same commandlet in here. There you go. So you can see in here, I just moved Ramesh to Europe and Miu Miu from Europe to North America. Do I get a clap? Yes?
So what is that? So how long does it actually take? Like, what is it actually moving stuff in the background? Is it happening immediately, or what's?
The data is being moved.
So is there any way to check the progress of the like? Because I can't imagine it's happening like that, right?
That's true. That's a good question. So the propagation between one region to the other, it will probably take between 30 minutes to 1 day. It really depends on how many people you move, right? And depending on the sequence where you are being moved, because you can type many different, several names when you move users, right?
So in that time period after you set it and actually move, is there any downside to them? Do they notice anything different?
They shouldn't. They shouldn't notice anything different. They should still be able to log in. They should be able to use any Skype for business communication. Maybe when they get moved, there's a little bit glitch that they have to join, but to be ensured, you should try it, Ken. Have a tenant that's multinational and give me some feedback. So that's a little bit about the demo on single console for managing multiple regions. So another thing that's very attractive in here is, again, I would like to mention about the multi-factor auth, which is available on our connector as well. So you can assign a user to always log in with multi-factor auth, including the admin itself. So let's go back to the next item. The next item, where's my clicker? Okay, here we go. We are going to talk about the custom policies in the real world. Who has been managing policies in online? I want to see hands. Okay, how many of you have managed policies in on-prem? Oh, more hands. So, how do you feel about managing our policies is online? Hate it. I hate it too. I agree. It's a pain. Why? Because I talk to many customers and they say, hey, we have a change in our business. This is a new regulatory requirement for our team. We no longer can do file transfer. Can you please turn it off? And guess what? We have limited set of predefined policies which may or may not support your customer need. Another thing is, if this particular customer kicking and screaming and say like, please give it to us, it has to go through escalation, and it will take 5 to 30 days before it actually appear or get affected in their tenant level. Isn't it correct? Now, you can actually have the custom policy as an admin. You have the control, and we are going to release the two most important, or mostly asked, custom policy, which is, guess what? Conferencing policy, thank you, and client policy, and some others. Another thing is it can be configured with similar commandlet argument or commandlet command line. So that is going to be an easy transition from managing from on-prem to online.
When is that change going to happen?
Where
When is the change?
the change, this is actually happening some for the preview of some of our tenants. Not for everybody. We have some tenant in our production that's testing this right now. We are ironing some of this glitch, but we are going to roll it out, hopefully sometimes in the near future.
But we didn't sign up for it through the preview program, right?
you could. So, as we talk about that, another thing that I would like to mention, again, use the latest Skype for Business online connector. Why? All those wonderful features that you heard right now is only available there. Another thing, what do I actually want to mention? How many tenant right now that has, how many tenant level policies that you guys actually know? Conferencing policy, how many? We have like about 200 CAN policy. So if you're a tenant admin and you would like to specifically find a real a change in one of the properties within the conferencing policy, you have to go and read it out. Let me actually show it to you. So here it is. If I do the get conferencing policy, this is like the first column is the attribute of conferencing policy. The tag BPOS, those are all scrunched together, but those are like just show like some of them, not all of them. So think about like when you have to go through this and you want, oh, I would like to have this particular policy. I love this BPOS in the middle here, the BPOS all, but I just want the enable file transfer to be false. You can't. And looking at this many attributes is a pain. So that's what I mean in here. Tenants each have their own different needs. No CAN policy will satisfy all customers, and changing business landscape for business regulatory is ongoing. Thanks for the music. So in practice, tenant can create, they will have a global policy apply at the tenant level, and we are going to allow the tenant admin to do a set on that property. For group of users, for policies that apply to the user, you can do new. So that is a new thing for the Skype for Business Online. You can do new, not just get or set. Isn't it like an interesting thing to deliver? Okay. So here is the new conferencing policy, for example. I can create a new conferencing policy with no desktop sharing. I can create the parameters to none. And you can see here the enable app desktop sharing has been set to none. Okay, this is a way to add a new custom policy, and it happens within seconds. Not 5 days, not 30 days. It's within seconds, and you can assign it to the user directly. So here is a really quick comparison between before and now. What does it mean? Before we have grant, but the grant is limited. So again, you have this pre-CAN policies that's available for conferencing, and you have to do the grant of BPOS to this particular user. Right now, you can create your own. You can basically assign it to the user. You can also do the similar limited grant CS client policy before and do 5 properties inside client policies. But right now, we are going to allow you to set and get and do also like grant on client policy to the user. Okay, I'm talking a little bit about the custom policy scopes. Some of them will come soon, but the global and user level is going to be coming out sooner than the location base. The country level will be available in the near future, hopefully by the end of this year as well. but we are going to expand. So get excited because this is a big roadmap that we are making it available for our tenant admin and managing our users. So with that, we are going to do create custom policies. By the way, here it is. Even in this, I switch connector. This is specific. The other one is a connector that I sign in to Azure. This is a connector that I sign in through the Skype for Business. You can see Ramesh is in Europe, and where is my other? Miu Miu is now in NAM, you can see. Okay, our next thing is showing how the conferencing policy work. Let me actually show you how it was how as an admin, tenant admin before works in figuring out what is working for our user, what is policy available and how to assign it. So first he has to do, let me get the get CS conferencing policy. What is available? Since you only have CAN policy, this is what you do. You have to type it in a notepad. Oh my God, what is this? And it's still ongoing. I can get my coffee and come back. Yes, because we do have more than 200 CAN policy. So if I do, let's see, how many is actually start with BPOS? Still a lot. Let me just look at the one with special identity, just the identity. Still a lot. And so if you have to create that Excel spreadsheet that I showed earlier, it is a lot of work, even though you might find the right CAN policy that suits your needs. So now, let's see, let's pick up one thing. Let's pick which one. Which conferencing policy should I try? Let's try this one. BPOS M all modality. Oh, style. So you can see in here, I like this one. And this user has been assigned this BPOS modality, no video. However, I would like to make sure that this person not having no desktop sharing as well. So how can I do this? So let's do this with the new custom policy. You can say no new CS conferencing policy, no desktop sharing. Enable Oh, it's already exists. Let me remove it first then. So, for example, in here, I'm going to new CS conferencing policy, not desktop sharing. I just delete one because I was playing with it earlier, and I set the enable app desktop sharing to none. Let's pick another one, enable file transfer to false. Which one is it? It's true in here, right? And I'm going to change it into false. Voila! Now the file transfer has been turned off. Not only that, that particular app desktop sharing is also already has been set to none. So we have this particular no desktop sharing conferencing policy being set. And what we need is to grant this. Oh, before we grant it, I would like to do what is the sctp.net. We have a very our tenant name is very difficult to type in. So you can see in here, Miu has BPOS M all modality no video, the one that I was querying earlier. And I just created a new one that's called no desktop sharing, and I will assign it to Miu. We put the policy name in here, which is no desktop sharing. Okay, and then we can take a look. Bear with me because it will take some time to propagate this change. But you can see here, the conferencing policy has changed from BPOS M all modality to no video. Isn't it good? Oh, I get a clap. Thank you. So this way, you don't have to wait for 5 days. You don't have to wait for 30 days to get your CAN policy that you asked for by submitting a ticket and escalating to us, and you have the ability to do it yourself. Yes?
So you pointed out how many different settings there are in the policy. So let's say I want to clone a policy.
Okay.
Is there a way to do that without creating a new policy and changing all the settings to match another one, and then the one setting that you want to change? That's always been problematic before.
Yeah.
You want a duplicate policy that just has one different setting.
I don't think I have an easy question for you, easy answer for you. You have a difficult question that I have not find the answer. The best way is, yeah, you still need to do the dash. At least that's the only way I know. Maybe anybody knows how to clone the easy way to clone it? Oh, there you go. Write a PowerShell script.
The reason why I ask is because I do have a PowerShell script that will clone on-prem policies, but I'm looking at online policies.
I see. I don't think we have that yet. Okay, but that's a good thing to ask though. So with this, I have created a new conferencing policy. I have set the policy setting based on what the user needs, and then assign it to the user, and have shown it to you that it gets assigned to the user almost immediately. And how fast is this policy being enforced? In general, between 5 to 15 minutes. So again, it's not 5 days to 30 days, it's 15 minutes. So would you love to see how this works in the client policy, or should we skip it? See it? Okay. As you can see here, there is already one custom policy that I created for client, and it's called no emoticons. So let's do this. So this is client policy. As you can see, all the parameters on the client policy is pages. Similar thing. There's a lot of properties in here you could actually tweak. And we have a lot of requests from many different tenants and many different customers. Hey, we don't want our user to use emoticons. Hey, we don't want them to have status notes. Hey, we don't want the conversation history on the server level. Well, right now, you could actually create your own custom client policy as well and make changes on it. You can make it changes on the existing custom policy that you have, but that will be too easy for me to show, because what you do is just do a set on one of those properties. I will walk you through to the creation of the client policy. Are you guys still with me, or are you falling asleep? Oh, I see some chuckles, so I guess you guys are still with me. I'm going to disable the presence note, like what I just said. And you can see in here, disable presence note is in here. It's right now is false. That means users can create a presence note. So not only I want to disable the emoticon, I am going to also disable presence node. There you are. So let me check if that is true. Disable emoticons, as you can see, it's already set to true now, and disable presence node is now set to true. And this is the new tag colon disable presence node. So this is the brand new custom policy I just created. Who should I assign this to? Who doesn't have a client policy? Oh, Mew Mew doesn't have it, so let's assign it to Mew Mew. Okay, what is going on? Oh, I guess I'm the one who's sleepy. There you go. Now you can see. Mew Mew now have a no desktop sharing and disable presence node. So just as easy as what an on-prem experience has done, has been. Now if you have a user in on-prem and you want to move them to online, you don't have to relearn your skills, because all your investment learning about the PowerShell commandlet in on-prem, you can carry those skills to the online and make use of it. So, yeah. I couldn't hear you. So right now, we don't have a group level offering yet. So you have to apply it to each of the user you want. Yes. But it's PowerShell though. You can put it in the notepad, you create it, make it pretty, and just run it, right? So that's the beauty of it. Yeah? Sorry.
Property which has false and true, when you say, and where is some policy like disable something, and where is not, what does it mean? It's like false by default?
So most of them, we would like our user to enjoy our features. So when it says disable emoticons, usually the default value is false, because then they can enjoy our interesting and fun emoticons. Then, if you're as a tenant admin, you say like, no emoticons for you. Then you turn it off and assign it to that particular user. You can assign it to your friend next to you. No emoticons for you. Yeah. Any other questions before I move on? Oh, okay. Sorry.
When I migrate an on-prem user to online, when I use that to exchange, then I can create online a policy and can switch the policy that when the user migrated, that the user have also the new policy online. It's a plan that the technology also integrated from Exchange to Skype for Business Online. It's an Exchange. You have it for unified messaging.
Okay.
So,
is this for the dial plan, the unified messaging dial plan?
Unified messaging is
yeah.
voicemail.
Yes, they have the unified messaging dial plan policy as well.
Correct.
So what you're saying is, in exchange, they allow you to migrate the plan, the policies.
Not migrate. Must create online a new policy and configure that the policies are switched together.
Got it.
Then when I migrate
Move the user.
then the online user became the new policy directly.
Okay. So,
Yeah, when he migrates the user, he wants the same policy settings.
Correctly.
correct. So let me actually go back to this.
Yeah, but the same when you migrate once our users and you have the same.
So let me go back to this scoping policies. So online has a different scoping than on-prem. So that's the first thing, right? So if you create like in on-prem a site policy or pool policy, we don't have that particular set nuance, right? So it's very hard. So because of those complexity, we rather that you create a new custom policy in online. And you can pick your own scope based on what is available in online, what is relevant in online. Then you can assign it to the user. However, now you can take a look at what you have in on-prem. Say you have a Redmond user or Redmond client policy, which is different than London user client policy. And you can take a look at those values. You can create all those flags with the same value as what you have in the on-prem, and then create one with that particular parameter. So voila. I'm not French, by the way, just in case you're wondering. Yeah, but that's easy to do. Does it answer your question?
No, of course.
Okay.
It's okay, but that's different. That's the migration process from on-prem to
Online. Correct.
It's from my aspect, not really good. I'm directly have last year from link to Skype business and the CSCP included the control panel.
Correct.
Included that I have the chance for a hybrid scenario to move over the
The
CSCP,
user.
the user directly with one-click administration to
Online.
online.
Correct.
So, but the next step that came is only in PowerShell. We have no combination in PowerShell that can help the administrator to use the migration process automatically. So that's the thing that we have. Step one,
Yeah.
go to the control panel, move the user. Step two, go to the PowerShell, generate the customer policy, and grant the customer policy to the user.
Correct.
So that's 10 minutes more. So,
I agree. It is a pain.
and when you have 30,000 users,
Yes.
then you have
Yes.
the
Yes.
customer process.
I know. I apologize for all the pain that you have to endure, but we're working on it. That's the reason why this is the first step that we are taking. So I hope this is something that brings smiles in your face, that like, hey, right now at least I have something. Okay, thanks. Yes. Curtis, somebody I know from Dell. Hi.
Just wondering about the location policy scope. So is it based on country as defined in AD?
Correct. It is currently the work in progress is at the country level, which is based in AD.
Okay. So I'll be able to say all these people in this country get this policy, basically.
You got it. We will probably expand it in the future, but we don't know yet. But those are the roadmap So we are enabling at least those 3 scopes. Any other questions? Since the light is blinding me, so if I'm like looking at this way, I cannot look at this the other way. Okay. So with this, I would like to conclude on my session. I could go on and on, but I think I have delivered the point that I would like you guys to be thrilled about and excited about. We are enabling custom policy. We are making it flexible and customizable for you guys to do your the IT as an IT admin to do your job pretty easily. We make it secure because right now we are supporting multi-factor auth, and we are releasing the new connector. Okay, and we are also making it easier for you to manage customers or tenants in multi-regions. So those are the key points of what I would like to deliver today. We would like to work with you on what is the next custom policy that you would like to see. Because as far as I know right now, conferencing policy, client policy, external access are the highest on the list for our customer to get hold of. Another thing that we are going to start delivering is we are going to make our Skype for Business admin to follow the O365 RBAC. So they are no longer just a global admin of Skype for Business. So if they are a Skype for Business help desk, and if they can only do a GET, they will not be able to do SET. And this is more importantly, since we are now allowing the custom policy creation, and it might create a certain kind of result that's not intended. Yes?
How soon is that?
The RBAC? Okay, so hopefully by the end of this year as well. Yeah. So with that particular thing, I am just here to remind you, join the Skype for Business community. And please provide feedback. What else in the near future would you like to hear? And deploy, ramp up on new services of Microsoft Fast Track. Thank you all.